the winner of Game 1 in a best-of-7 leads the series 1-0 100% of the time.
It was a holiday. Forgive him. Celtics and the Heat fought for that distinction of winning Game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat, once again without Chris Bosh, who did some work on the court on Sunday but still wasn't ready for game action yet with that abdominal strain. Miami has been doing just fine with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade leading them to the conference finals for a second straight year. Celtics there for the third time in 5 seasons. Let's get it on. LeBron James, great first quarter, working on Paul Pierce. And then later, using the SportsCenter scope, check out James on the wing again. Goes backdoor on Pierce, and Mario Chalmers gets it to him right where he wants it. Final seconds of the first quarter, James working on Michael Petrus now. Too easy. In the first quarter, James with 13 points, he outscored the entire Celtics team. They had just 11 and shot 5 for 20. It got better for Boston in the second quarter, though. Down 9, Rajon Rondo can't connect. Kevin Garnett tips it back out to Ray Allen. Celtics 4 for 14 on threes. Allen 1 for 4. Later, Boston down 5. Rondo drives, kicks it out to Paul Pierce. 3-ball, bang, bang, bang. So Boston with 35 points in the second quarter. They tied it at 46 at the break. Third quarter now. Celtics down 3 off the Pierce miss. Dwayne Wade with the rebound in a very quick, fast break with LeBron James on the other end. Pierce shot just 5 for 18. He had 12 points. And when you miss it or turn it over against Miami, you better get back because they can score in a hurry. They outscored the Celtics 26-15 in the third quarter. They led by 11 going into the fourth. Fourth quarter, Celtics struggling. Allen, 1 for 7 overall from the floor. He had 6 points. Brandon Bass, 4 for 11. He had emerged as a big scoring threat for Boston, but the Celtics shot just 38% for the game. Later, Heat up 13. Wade, anybody can do it looking. He hits Joel Anthony for the dunk. Wade with 7 assists, puts the Heat up 15 there. Wade also had 22 points. Degree of difficulty on that shot, high. But he still gets it to go, and then keep an eye on Wade. Hustles back down the floor. Rajon Rondo drives, but Wade is there for the block. And Miami had everything going. 93-79 over the Celtics. Miami, plenty of defense in this one. 11 block shots. They also had a plus 15 edge on the glass. Shane Battier helped with the dirty work. He had 10 rebounds to go with his 10 points. LeBron James, as usual, stellar self, 32 points and 13 rebounds. Lots of problems for Boston. They had 5 technical fouls in this one and plenty of chatter. But afterwards, James said that didn't matter.
No, I think we all know how KG is. You know, he always do a lot of talking, but it's all in front of the game, you know, and he's a great competitor. You know, I love to compete, too, at the highest level, so that's what it's going to be throughout the series.
You know, we're playing good basketball right now, and we're playing a lot of minutes together. LeBron is playing a lot of minutes, but we're playing a lot of minutes together, so it allows both of us to play on the ball and off the ball.
I think we believe we can beat them. You know, it's just about making the adjustments. You know, LeBron and James are great players, but we got to do a better job slowing them down. We got to take out their other key players.
No, this is not our best basketball. So, you know, I believe we have better basketball in us, and in order for us to stay alive, we got to play better, and we will.
They have 2 sensational players, but we gave them both tonight, in my opinion. We let Wade, we let LeBron play in extreme comfort, and we gave the other guys everything they wanted as well.
James, that extreme comfort, 32 points and 13 rebounds. 19th time in his career, he's had 30 and 10 in a playoff game. The only active players who've done it more are Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki. NBA Countdown crew now with more on Game 1.
If Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat had a checklist of things they wanted to get accomplished in Game 1, they must have just gone check, 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 right down the list, every box. They out-rebounded Boston, by a lot. They got their reserve and role players going. The stars plays like stars. Anything about this performance surprise you in Game 1?
No, well, it definitely surprised me that the role players combined for about 39 points. Then Miami Heat, Boston allowed them to shoot 50% from the field. And then being out-rebounded by 15 by the Heat, that was just disaster for the C's. And I don't know really, JB, how it can change, because it wasn't like Miami really dominated. They just played well. They didn't even play their best game.
Boston could use a little sleep. Honestly, I'm coming in.
JB's
but they only get one day,
JB.
Hey, look, one day. You go 7 games, I don't care who it's against, and then you go to another city the next day.
You did call this. You called this.
You do not get a full practice in. You're going to look at a little bit of tape. You're going to do a walkthrough. I just didn't think they were ready to play. And we saw that how they started the game. They made a nice run in the second quarter, but after that, they were just out of gas. I mean, it really looked that way. But what I loved about the Heat, this is not LeBron, your turn, one-on-one, Dwayne, your turn.
Yeah.
This team, they figured this out how to play together. And I love the easy baskets they got tonight. This was not isolation basketball. You can't play isolation basketball and beat the Celtics. You got back cuts from Dwayne Wade. They tested his ankle early to see if he was able to move. He couldn't. I love the way they played together. Look, LeBron only had 3 assists because he didn't isolate. He was moving without the basketball. He got him into the post. He had jump shots. He had fadeaways. He had jump hooks. He moved without the basketball. He leads the league in the postseason and points in the paint. He showed it tonight.
I want to say something that you called also last season, JB, and you were spot on. You said the Heat had to improve with their offensive set. And you called this out last season against Dallas, and you were right. Does it look better to you? To me, the Miami Heat are running better plays and putting both Wade and LeBron in great scoring positions.
Yeah, you have to incorporate them both. At the end of ball games, they've had problems, and they haven't been great at finishing games because they've not incorporated both in the plays. But certainly right now that Bosh is gone, that's the big difference, is because you don't have to worry about a third guy getting off. There's 2 guys, and they're accustomed to how they're playing as superstar players, and they're complementing each other much better.
Look, for Boston, Ray Allen and Paul Pierce combined 6 for 25. You're not going to beat the Miami Heat that way. I understand Ray's hurt, but Paul's going to have to play better if they're going to have any chance to win this series.
How about this? Some sleep for the Celtics. And they're all going to have to play better because Miami sort of took it to them in Game 1. Not a shocking start to the series, but one the Celtics are going to want to change.
Joined now by Rachel Nichols. Great game in the second quarter, but after that, all Miami.
Well, Neil, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade have been looking for the exact right way to play together, really, ever since they first teamed up here in Miami. And while there have been some good stretches over the past 2 seasons, nothing has equaled the role that they've been on in these past 4 playoff games. They've been averaging a combined 63 points together a game. And afterward tonight, Wade said part of that is just because they have to with Chris Bosh out, but also they're playing differently than they did in last year's postseason. Take a listen.
We're not playing as much hero ball as we played last year. We're playing good basketball right now, and we're playing a lot of minutes together. We just got to keep it up.
We try to complement one another. When one guy is flowing, we try to feed each other. Always try to stay in attack mode to help our team. It's definitely a high comfort level right now, and we just want to keep it going.
And they're quick. As much as you can watch it and prepare for it, I do think you need to face it once to see it, and get used to it. And I thought their speed at times overwhelmed us.
What seemed to bother the Celtics most after the game was just the ease with which Wade and LeBron were able to move through the paint. And Rajon Rondo said that those 2 are going to have to, quote, hit the deck more. Now, talk like that and the physical play that accompanied it is what led to suspensions in the Heat-Pacers series. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that. No flagrant fouls in tonight's game, although the Celtics did have 4 technicals, including a technical for Doc Rivers. Afterward, he said that was the worst technical that has ever been called on him in his entire NBA career. Neil, you got to think the NBA is going to ask him to take his checkbook out after that comment.
That's Rachel Nichols in Miami, where the Heat win Game 1, and the Celtics leave a lot of points at the free throw line. It wasn't the difference in the game, but still, you shoot 11 of 21, you're going to lose close games as well. 52% is the second worst free throw percentage in Celtics playoff history. They played 585 playoff games. Ray Allen goes 3 for 7 from the line, and Pierce and Rondo, they never even got to the line.
Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1, Celtics and the Heat. LeBron James taking off. You can see the degree of motion for him when he runs down the court and Dwayne Wade hooks up with him. It's become a signature play for them. James takes off, and then Wade goes Dan Marino, throws the length of the court pass to James. No Celtic even in the picture. That was good for 2 of James' 32 points and 1 of Wade's 7 assists. Miami wins Game 1, 93-79. Game 2 coming up on Wednesday. In top plays, Red Sox win 7-4.
That's 7 Celtics Heat. Rajon Rondo thinks he's got something. Oh, we do. You got LeBron James's hand swatting that away. More from this game. Right now.
What's up with the British accent?
I don't know.
Celtics and Heat at number 6. Something new you've been working on there? Dwayne Wade. I mean, that's a difficult shot going away from his right hand. He throws it up lefty and knocks it in, and then at the other end.